How's it going, guys? It's Doc. In less than 2 weeks, we have one crypto event that could legitimately start altcoin season. In this video, we're going to talk about what that event is, more importantly, how you can play that one event and increase the size of your bags. Plus, we got a lot of really awesome news. Welcome back to the channel. For those that are new, my name's Doc. I'm a resident physician throughout the day, and at night, I take you guys on my crypto and investing journey. Guys, we have got a ton to talk about. I've been watching this event that's coming up in literally less than 2 weeks, and I think it has a ton of gas in the tank, a ton of potential. Let's just get started real quick with Bitcoin. We've been trading inside this range for what feels like forever. We're on the daily chart here. Couple weeks, we've just been trading between 99 and 100 and low 90s. This was a false breakout right here, and we can see we came back to the downside. The thing that's reassuring here, though, is that we didn't break through this support. We tested it and we bounced right back off it. So that's really exciting. This Bitcoin dominance, we've just been flirting with staying right inside the bull market support band, literally just bouncing back and forth. So altcoin season isn't here yet, but this thing that I'm going to talk about in literally just a few seconds is going to start, in my opinion, going to start altcoin season. So real quick, just some real quick news here. Meta, formerly known as Facebook, they are receiving a proposal to hold Bitcoin on their balance sheet. This is actually really important. This is just after Microsoft had this proposal that they voted no for. I kind of think that Zuck might do this, right? They have $72 billion in cash. If they just did 1%, that would be $720 million. I think Zuck is realizing he probably leaned too far left during the last election. He's now kind of swinging back to the right, and he realizes he's not a dumb guy. He's smart, that Bitcoin is the best hedge against inflation. I thought this was a really great story. Okay, guys, before we keep moving on, please stay to the end of the video. I'm dropping some big alpha. I promise it's worth it. Just give me a few minutes. I promise we're going to get to it. Okay, North Dakota becoming the 7th state to introduce a strategic Bitcoin reserve. This is huge, right? So we got North Dakota, New Hampshire, Alabama, Florida, Pennsylvania, Texas, and Ohio. Which state is next? And I thought this comment was kind of interesting. They asked Grok, Twitter, X, their AI bot, and it sounds like Michigan could be next. And I can actually see this. Michigan's a pretty level-headed state. It was a battleground state similar to Pennsylvania and Ohio. And guess what? Both of them have bills in place to start a Bitcoin strategic reserve. I thought this was kind of just a super interesting thought experiment that I wanted to go through. So this is a big deal. U.S. states holding Bitcoin as a strategic Bitcoin reserve is way underrated, and I'm going to prove that to you right now. So New Hampshire, they have $100 billion in annual GDP, right? Gross domestic product. That ranks 67th in the world, and that would be similar to like Slovakia, right? What about Alabama? This one actually kind of surprised me, Alabama. $300 billion in annual GDP. That ranks 50th in the world. That would be similar to like a Finland or a Chile. Florida, you know Florida is going to be big, right? Popping off. Where do you guys think Florida ranges? $1.5 trillion. That's 15th in the world, similar to Mexico. We're not going to go through all of them. I'll just hide them here. But I was honestly really surprised with Florida and Texas. Like, I was not expecting Florida and Texas to be that big. Pennsylvania too, 900 billion, similar to Saudi Arabia, right? You always hear like big oil money in Saudi Arabia. Texas, $2.4 trillion. That's 9th in the world for GDP. It's equivalent to all of Canada, or as Trump might say, the potential 51st state. So, and then obviously Ohio, just under $1 trillion, ranks 20th in the world in overall GDP. U.S. states holding Bitcoin as a strategic reserve is huge for the industry. I really think more and more states and other countries are going to continue this trend. Just wait. Okay, so you guys are waiting. What is the big event that could start altcoin season? And guys, I'm telling you, I think this is huge. On January 23rd and 25th, we get the first decision on a Solana ETF, right? So you see right here, January 23rd, Grayscale, they have their first Solana ETF approval deadline. And then just 2 days later, a ton of other folks do. VanEck, 21 shares, Bitwise. So within these 2 days, we could have a third ETF that could get approved, specifically Solana. And I think that's really big because Gary Gensler is no longer the head of the SEC, right? It's Paul Atkins. And Paul Atkins is super crypto friendly, right? Trump nominates cryptocurrency advocate Paul Atkins as the SEC chair. And I really like this quote down here. He's a proven leader with common sense regulations. Atkins has made the case against too much market regulation. And I completely agree with this, right? Gary Gensler, the SEC, they've been viciously attacking crypto on kind of like baseless claims. We're going to get back to common sense laws. They're going to lay out clear rules for folks to come in and be compliant with the SEC. This is super, super underrated. So then my question to you guys is, okay, we're going to get this Solana ETF, which is going to super increase the volume. What do we think that does to the price of Solana, right? Right now we're sitting at $1.88. I think we touched back up to like 260-ish, which felt like only a month or two ago, a couple short weeks ago. So we were flirting with the 260s. I want to go through a little bit of an example on where we think Solana's price could go just based off some historical data. So if we look at Solana, right now we're looking at the overall market cap. And if we just zoom in on this, they've hit a market cap of approximately $122 billion, okay? Ethereum, peak 2021 bull run, they had a high of 570 billion, right? We're on market cap here. This is ETH. If we just zoom in right here, I think it was 571 was their overall market cap. 571 billion with a B, right? So ETH is there. We just said Sol, their current market cap is 120 billion. Now follow me, guys. We're just going to do some simple math here. That is a difference of a 4.75x, right? 4.75x for Solana's current market cap to hit Ethereum's peak bull run market cap. And guess what? That was last cycle. There's now way more money in the system, right? Right now we're at the overall market cap for crypto. It's like $3.2 trillion, right? We already passed last bull cycle's run. We're only going to hit more. I wouldn't be surprised if we hit a $6-7 trillion market cap. But let's stay on topic here. Okay, so Solana right now, they're priced at $188. Well, if we just did some simple math and we said this has the potential of 4.5x, that leaves us with a pretty wild number, $893 per Sol. That's wild, right? And let me ask you this. If one Solana is worth $893, what is that going to do for all of your alts on Solana's blockchain? I'm going to tell you about two that I really like. I really like Nosana, right? They are an AI project on Solana. If we actually go back to this tweet, we're going to see right here, their mainnet launches on the 14th, which is literally just 2 days away, right? 2 days away, their mainnet launches. That's on Tuesday. Another awesome AI play that I like on Solana, TARS AI. So these are two narratives that you could play to increase the size of your bag with this upcoming decision on a Solana ETF. I want to hear from you guys. What do you think? Do you think the chances of a Sol ETF getting approved are likely? Let me know down below. I'm generally going to watch. This is me on Twitter, InvestWithDoc. Guys, down below, I'm putting a free link to our Discord. We're developing a community here. We're dropping tons of alpha. I'm giving you guys heads up plays on new projects, how to interpret the macro environment. Really, really would recommend checking it out. Last thing I want to say is, guys, if you made it this far, I appreciate you watching me. Honestly, I do this because of the enjoyment that I get interacting with you guys. I'm having so much fun with it. Really appreciate all your support. If you guys got any value out of this, consider hitting the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next video.